Hopefully. You have to wait for the world to catch up.
Yeah, something like that. Oh, do I have my... Oh, my volume's all wonky. Hello?
My mic is muted, of course.
That's how it always goes. Alright, let me give you a bit more juice.
Please.
There we go. Good stuff. Oh, man.
Give me all the juice. I forgot I need music for these things.
Oh, you do? Oh, I do? God. Right.
I mean, I'm just trying to blend in here, man.
Lo-fi girl, please help me.
Literally. Please, chilled cow, save me.
Thank you. Alright. I don't know how to... like, all this time I've been online, I'm still unsure of how to stream properly.
Yeah, I just learned how people do sped up TikToks.
You just did?
Yeah.
Oh, like, they record in slow motion, or...
Yeah. And I was like, I thought that's how they did it, but I was like, there's no way you sit here for, like, a solid 3 minutes trying to, like, get that one clip.
I mean, maybe.
But apparently they do.
Apparently they do. Look, TikTok people, they will do whatever it takes. Like,
yeah.
They will. We were talking about that. I was talking about Bob and Wade about how some people like, oh, TikTok sucks. I hate TikTok. And I'm like, say what you will about like the privacy stuff, but some of that shit is very funny. And if you train your algorithm right, oh man.
Yeah.
It is. Good.
I was a huge detractor of TikTok at the beginning. Everyone watching can attest to that. I was like, no, it's better over here. Vine was cooler. And now I'm full on addicted to it. I like videos just so I have an excuse to make videos out of that to react to, just so I'm not wasting my time.
That's good. That's a good thing. Yeah.
Otherwise, it just rots my brain.
Although recently all my TikTok videos have just been Elden Ring, like farming strategies or goofs.
Your best builds, dude. Distortion has that game down to 12 minutes now.
We just watched it last night. Amy and I, we were watching that speedrun. I never even heard of the zip, and I'm like, what is the zip?
Oh, let me tell you about the zip.
The zip.
People don't know why it happens. People don't know what the zip is about. But for some reason, you need a metronome.
I know, that's what threw me off so much. I didn't know what the tapping was. I'm like, oh my god, he has a metronome. That's so cool.
They didn't know what it was, and they still don't know. Originally he was like changing his resolution down to like below 720.
Right.
And then they thought that would happen, but it's like hardware specific.
It's hardware. Wow.
So a lot of people can't do it. So
you gotta
also they couldn't even use the in-game clock because your hardware speeds up and slows down the clock based on how many frames you're losing. So they had to like mod in an in-game clock.
Right. That's weird. That's super weird. But when he got it, I didn't understand what happened. Like when he first just launched forward 1 million. But how was he in the end of that video when he zoomed out and was like, not far enough? I'm like, how do you know? It's just all darkness and shadows.
Yeah. He used to break the Elden Beast at the end of it, where he would go in and then summon the imps, and that would break the AI of it. And now he's just figured out a way of completely skipping all of that.
Yeah.
He's just in the middle of the Godfrey fight, and then the game's over.
Yeah, because I can understand how the zip was, like, obtained, you know, the sword and the stone style, pull it out, you're worthy. But what I don't understand is how the mega zip was discovered. Like, how can he just be like, oh man, it was too early on the mega zip part of the mega zip? And I'm just like, what?
I don't know.
How do you do? What? How? It's just kind of crazy as shit.
I've been following it from the very beginning. I watched him stream it when he was playing it for his first time through. This will tell you how annoying the FromSoft audience is. Distortion, the guy who finished the game in 12 minutes and had the record for Bloodborne, people kept calling him trash when he was playing Elden Ring.
Why?
For the first time.
Why?
He would use the mimic and everyone was like, man, you're fucking trash. What's wrong with you? I'm like, he has the world record on these games.
Dude,
chill out.
Don't shit on the mimic. The mimic is the only way that I get through some bosses.
Yeah, for real, yeah.
Dude, even after the nerf, the mimic was just like all I cared about. I mean, Black
Mimic's
Knife
great.
Tish, whatever. Get me.
Dude. Don't be hating on my girl Tish.
Oh, well, Tish is good. Don't get me wrong. But I couldn't beat Tish, so I didn't get Tish.
That's fair. Tish is hard.
Yeah.
Did you beat the game yet?
I did, but you know, I kind of like, it was one of those things where I was really enjoying just exploring, but I was like, I can't beat the game until I beat Mikola. And then I couldn't beat Mikola.
Melania?
Melania, right. Blade of Mikola, whatever. I get all those names confused. But yeah, I couldn't beat her. And I got really close many, many times. I tried a bunch of different builds, and I leveled up crazy in that Blood River area. I was like level 140 something. And I still couldn't beat her. And I was like, okay, I'm just lacking skill. I'm going to just go beat the game. And I just like Horalu and the Elden Beast just like shattered to pieces before me. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, how is she that hard?
She's ridiculous. It's completely busted.
Yeah.
Because I played the game before it came out. I got it like a week early, so there was no one was telling me like what the best things were or anything. I tried the Mimic and I was like, oh, it's kind of crap. It died really quickly. So I tried to beat the game on my own, like a fucking idiot. And then I fought Malekith for like 4 hours, and then the Elden Beast took me like 4 hours as well. It was awful.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Oh yeah, that's right. They kind of evaporated before me because my mimic was super strong, kept him busy the whole time.
It's so fun.
I know, right? Just seeing how I could be if I was actually good at the game, as my mimic just goes to town.
It's like you, but better.
I know, right? Yeah.
It's like, go me! Technically, I'm winning.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, by the way, everyone watching at home, we're just sitting, chilling, chatting, and catching up. This is a vague thing for talking about space.
Go watch In Space with Markiplier right now.
That thing.
Go watch In Space. Okay, I'm in it. Have you found me?
Yeah. Not everyone knows that you're in the show.
I know.
Barely anyone knows that Pokimane is in the show.
I know.
Yeah.
I didn't even catch her first time through. I went through it once, and I found my section, but I knew what it was because I saw the clip before I recorded the voice for it.
Yeah.
Or I mean that super in-person character that I was.
Right, yeah. Which is so funny because I can't talk about the character that you were going to be.
Oh.
But it's like, if you would, like, I can't believe it didn't work out because COVID and stuff and you couldn't come in. But it just so happened that there needed to be some drone voices. Yeah.
Wait, do I know who I was going to be? I don't think I do.
Okay, good. Don't, because it's super secretive. Shh. It's secret.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to be Markiplier.
No! God, that would be so funny. Oh my God, that'd be the funniest shit.
Just a giant rug pull from everyone.
Everyone, forget you just heard that.
For the next part. Quick, we gotta put it in.
Yeah, I know, right? Don't worry, the VFX team, we definitely have the budget left over for that.
How much money can I throw at this to get more explosions?
I think I have like negative $150,000 in the budget. Let's make it happen.
Just tell them you'll pay them later.
That's what I have.
Tell them you'll pay them an exposure.
Yeah, well, about that. No. For the exposure part of it, I'm actually wearing the shirt of the VFX house. It's Burning Tractor in Austin, Texas. They are fantastic.
Not that I expected less, but you know how these things go, how you're trying to get a show out. You have to like cut corners here and there, and things have to be rushed out the door, and everyone has deadlines. But I was genuinely very, very impressed with the visual effects in it. Because a lot of times these YouTube shows end up like trying to like skirt that and trying to like edit around it, or like whip pan past it so you don't really see much.
Yeah.
But some of the shots are fucking fantastic looking. I love the lighting in it.
Well, thank you. It's partially due to the fact that the people working on it were very talented and was very savvy, and technology has advanced a lot. But number two, you know who I got to thank for that? Corridor Crew.
Oh.
Do you watch their videos?
Yeah, they're great. They taught me a lot about stuff I don't know.
Exactly. I've watched every VFX artist reacts, and I don't know VFX because I've never done it. I thought I had had a general idea, but just getting the knowledge of how VFX actually come together allowed me to communicate with Wes, the guy at Burning Tractor, the VFX coordinator, supervisor actually,
Yeah.
and be able to speak a language so that I wasn't telling him things that couldn't be done or couldn't be done cheaply. So we were
Right.
able to have a dialogue and be like, okay, how can we make this the most effective for what we have? So literally the reason it looks so good is not only because of the VFX team, but because of the knowledge that's out there on YouTube provided by incredibly talented people like the Corridor crew.
Yeah. Because it's kind of the thing that everyone kind of knows what bad CG looks like when you see it, but they put it into words that now it's like, oh, now I know what to look for, and now I know why it's wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like
exactly.
you didn't do what's the sphere thing they do?
The sphere thing.
Like getting like the lighting map, so you put like the sphere in,
Oh,
so you get
right.
the lighting for the.
All my knowledge from the videos. What is that called?
I can't remember what it's called. HDRI. Yeah.
HDRI. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. I always like saw that and I was like, I know it's useful, but I don't know what it's for. And now I do.
Yeah, yeah. All of that is just kind of crazy. The amount of like tricks that go into VFX and the amount of brute force that goes into the rest of it. Like anything on a green screen, I didn't realize this. It's not just magic, because you and I have done green screen stuff and you just drop Ultra Key on it in Premiere and you're done. When you key stuff for things like the show, you have to roto out to actually clean it up, even if there's a green screen. Like it has to, because you can't rely on it, because there will be some pixels that you can't see with your eye, but that are there that will spoil the effect. So
they roto all of that?
It's easier said than done, because this is one of the reasons why it's good to talk to people beforehand, because it's much easier to roto a rectangular shaped window than it is a human head. So you keep the human heads out of the rectangular windows, or put them in the rectangular windows so that they can just be rotoed right out.
Right.
So it's just like being able to talk with them really made that all come together.
That's fun.
It was fun. It was really fun. Like, hard work.
Also,
very fun.
Shout out to your best acting, the dummy. Is my favorite gag in the whole thing. It's so, just seeing it fly across the screen every time brings me back to like the good old days.
Oh yeah, the good old days. Look, the good old days don't have to leave, man. They're still here. Just hold on.
I didn't know we were in them until they were gone.
I know, right? No, I'll never not do ragdolls. I don't even care if I get hired by a movie company to make some big budget anything. There's gonna be ragdolls.
Yeah, that's your Gary's mod, Sean.
Oh my god, I love it so much. Yeah, it was just fun. I haven't checked out your documentary though. I literally just got back in town on Thursday.
That's totally fine. You were much busier than I have been.
No, it's no excuse. I could have. I was playing Elden Ring though, so. I had free time.
You'll get around to it. It's there.
No, I do want to see it though. I am kind of curious about the whole mythos that is the Jacksepticeye. How did you get here?
I don't know. I've forgotten most of it. No, I mean that's a weird one, because it was filmed like 4 years ago.
Oh really?
Yeah, and then it was supposed to come out, and then the logistics and production side of it kind of got fucked and flubbed, and it was a bit of a mess, and I got kind of pissed off that it didn't come out as soon as it was supposed to come out, and then it just kept getting put off, and then the longer we had it, the more the kind of narrative that was in it shifted. Because it was originally supposed to just be like behind the scenes and the tour, but then it was like, well, there's sort of like more to it than we can put in, and it ended up better for it. But then COVID happened and work slowed down for everybody, and I wanted to release it like an actual theater and go with people and like get people to come and watch it, and that couldn't happen, so it just ended up being a mess. But it came out well in the end, I think.
That's cool. That's why I really want to see it. We did the crew premiere of Space at a theater, and like I really wish I had been able to do like some theater events for the show, because I basically took everyone's name in the beginning and I pulled it out of a hat and I let people pick. And it was just like, it was really fun. Also, it was really fun because the crew had no fucking idea what they were filming the whole time because of the order that we filmed it in. So they're like, oh, it makes sense, kinda. So
wait, but if you have it for a theater show, then how do you do the story? Like, because it's like pick like A or B at the end of each clip? Did you just do
name and a hat.
a run through?
Name and a hat.
Oh,
I go, hey,
I see.
Isaac, pick a direction. And then we went that way.
Oh, okay. That's fun.
Yeah, it was. And so, like, man, if I ever do one of these again, which I don't know when or if I will, just because this one was just such a bear, but yeah, I would love to do that. That would be super fun.
That's actually a really cool idea for a live show. If you like film a show like that beforehand and then you bring that and then live people get to pick.
Dude, that was the original idea for the You're Welcome tour. Literally. Yeah, because we had just done Date and we were like, oh, I love this interactive thing. That's why we had like the voting paddles from the beginning, is just like we wanted people to be able to choose what we do. But then we realized, oh my God, this is much harder than we thought. And we've never really done a on-stage show before, so we gotta really redo this. So
I guess it's also because people watch you like they are now through a screen, so you don't really want to bring them to a theater just to have them watch a movie. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, that was the other thing. It was like we did like improv, so we wanted to get some way to get like live stuff in there. So it turned out great. I'm not shitting on the show, but that was the original idea. The tour was fun. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good and bad shows. We had not bad shows, I guess, but with improv, it's a real hit or miss sometimes. And sometimes when it misses, God, it misses. Yeah. Yeah, that's tricky because I scripted out all of mine, so I can't imagine getting up and not knowing. I mean, I guess you get into the same sort of patterns over and over again. Some jokes kind of come back and you know what bits land, so you can redo them. But yeah, we wouldn't redo a bunch, but we had like a grab bag of staple scenes that we were pretty sure were going to be good. So yeah, because I can do improv a bit, but it's the singing one that I can't fathom. Oh my god! I can come up with goofy songs on the spot a little, but I can't imagine tying a thread through it. But it's so funny because number one, it's easier than you think, just because people laugh at you messing up just as much as they would laugh at you getting it right. Getting it right is just like, look how clever I am. But Bob fucking hated doing the rap battle. There was this thing where we would play the music and you do a song. I forget what the name of the game is. What the fuck? Anyway, and every single time Bob would get rap, and he would have to rap almost every single show, and he hated it. But Dan knew that he hated it, was the music guy, and he just played it every single time. So did Bob do classic Bob and just deadpan it the whole time? No, he owned it because he's clever. He's a clever boy, and he can do what he needs. Yeah, for those at home who don't know, we both did tours way back in the day. Yonder years of 2018, the pre-COVID era. And the long ago. The long ago. That's what surprises me, because in the documentary, I can say, it was recorded 4 years ago, but in the documentary, I said that I'm 28 now, and I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm 32. I'm a different person now. What happened? Yeah. And it's weird to see everyone in a theater without masks. I know, right? Yeah, I'll see a commercial these days and everyone's at a convention, but everyone's just breathing 2 inches from each other's face. I'm like, oh no, oh no. Fucking gross. Yeah. Man. Well, I don't know if you've said it, but I've had it. I don't know if you've had it. I have not had it. I've somehow, and I have flown. I have gone tons of places. I've always masked up, but I thought for sure I would have gotten it by now, but I have not. I've avoided it. All that bone broth. Apparently, yeah. Because Evelyn didn't get it either, and I shared a room with her when I had it before I got the test result back, and she didn't get it. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But apparently, I'm sure now that I've said this out loud that I'm going to get it, almost instantaneously. There's one viral spore making its way. Yeah, well, luckily it's not as life or death as it used to be for people of our age and health. Yeah, absolutely. I was so worried. I have asthma, and the whole time I was like, if I get it, I'm terrified. And then I got it, and I was like, okay, it's bad, but I can get through this. Yeah.
Man, I thought, okay, I might be saying this and I might be jinxing myself. I thought I was going to have to go back to the hospital last night for different reasons. I thought I had a bowel obstruction again.
No.
I literally did, because I had like horrible pain in my gut, woke me up in the middle of the night, and I'm just like, oh God, I know this pain. And then
I've walked this path.
And then it just went away. So who knows?
Do you stress? You don't strike me as the type of person that stresses overtly.
No, not really. I mean, I work myself to the point of stress, but I don't stress about stuff in general. I don't think
you don't
so.
get anxious.
Not really, no. The most anxious I've been recently was actually when I put up the premiere page for Space, because I was so worried I was accidentally going to make all of the unlisted videos public, because I had to make one public, and I'm like, YouTube's going to bug out. It's going to make them all public, and it's going to ruin it for everyone.
You're ending immediately.
I know, right? Yeah, but no,
because I worry all the time, especially about health. I've always worried about it since I was a kid.
Yeah.
So anytime I feel like I stress myself into health afflictions a lot.
Yeah, I mean, that'll do it. I get sick a lot just because I don't sleep as much as I should. Like I get maybe 5-6 a night. But yeah, stress and lack of sleep, which is basically stressing the system, will do that to you every time.
Yup.
Yeah.
Who knows? Now I'm on ADHD meds. Maybe it'll mellow me out a little bit.
How's that working out for you?
It's been good. We did like a 7-day trial, and then I met with my psychiatrist again yesterday, and she was like, because over here they're way more diligent about it, about giving out the medication and actually making sure you're on it. And I was on like half the dose that I'm supposed to be on, just to see if it handles my body, and I got blood tests and heart tests and everything done. And then it's been good. I feel like when I took it the first day, I was like euphoric. I was like, this is it. Wow. Which she warned me about. And then after like 3 days, I kind of like settled into it. And now she was like, I want you to do like 2 days off every week. Just to kind of like, she was like, the efficacy of it just somehow is better when you do that. And just to like get your system used to it. Give yourself a little break.
I am not a doctor. I am not. So I cannot give you advice on that. All I can say is from my own experience. So no one listening to this take this as any kind of medical advice. I have tried that. The way I live my life is that I don't really take weekends off. Right. So technically speaking, because I need to work 7 days a week, I found that taking it without breaks is better. But when I did take a break, it messes me up for those 2 days. It's not really a break, but maybe that's because I did it for a long time in a row doing 7 days a week. So I can't say anything specifically, but yeah. I
was gonna say today and yesterday I didn't take it, and now I was like, holy shit, that actually was doing stuff to me. Like now my brain is all over the place. It's so hard to like sit and actually focus on things again. I'm like, whoa, it actually worked.
Yeah.
Surprising.
And obviously, like for everyone home, medication isn't like magic. It's not the perfect solution. We have had doctors prescribe us ADHD medication. We have taken rigorous tests and stuff like that. We are not advising everyone to go out and go get tested immediately. This is just personal experience. However, just like I've been taking medication for about like maybe 12 years now.
Yeah, and the reason I'm bringing it up is because Mark was the one that advised me, because you know the symptoms more than anybody because you have it. And since we're in like the same space, and we had a lot of conversations about it in the past, and you every time you were like, kind of sounds like you've ADHD, and I was like, I should get tested, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
So that was kind of like the kick in the pants for me to go do it.
Yeah. Oddly enough, I think a common symptom of ADHD is to forget to get tested. Like, or come up with excuses not to.
Yeah, she gave me these forms to sign for the next time I was coming back, and she was like, so did you sign those forms? And I was like, listen, you must get this a lot. I didn't.
Yeah.
But I'm trying.
Yeah. I think it'll turn out good for you. And like I said before, not magic, but I think it'll be a big help.
Yeah, no, the biggest thing for me was getting diagnosed and then kind of having a contextual relief for my life. And as she said, it's like 20% medication and the rest is like effort on my end, which I have been doing to like schedule things on whiteboards better, which I've never done.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting a task list. There's an app called Minimalist. I believe it's free or it's very cheap. It's the most basic pared down app you could find to write lists, and break your tasks up into the smallest possible increments. And then it doesn't matter if it's like, if you need to exercise, you're trying to run a mile, put it in like quarter-mile increments so that every time you run a quarter mile, you can cross it off. The smaller you break up your tasks, the better, because it'll make you keep going for the next task. So breaking down your tasks into tiny things and keeping track of them is great. Candy as a reward, as much as it seems like you're giving yourself dog treats, it fucking works. Don't ask me why. Every time you cross something, every time you cross something off your list, eat a piece of candy. It works. You will Pavlov yourself to success.
Wow.
I'm not joking. Smart. It sounds crazy, but there's a whole bunch of like ADHD. There's a subreddit about it. There's Discord channels about it. People could talk about it, but also just like, I've got a bunch of tricks.
Yeah, one of the ones she told me was a website called Attitude, but like Attitude with ADD in it. And I think, I haven't looked at it yet, but I think she said it was like bite-sized like articles for you to get information through. I'm like, yes, it's like cereal box reading. That I can do.
Yeah, that sounds like a good resource. Yeah, there's all kind of things. I mean, everyone's different. The biggest thing that helped me was just getting in a regular wake-up time. Like that changed everything for me. Once I started doing that, it was tough, but now I can't not wake up at 6 a.m., which sucks because sometimes I want to sleep in and I can't.
I've been waking up at like 9 a.m., which normally I'm like 11 a.m. kind of person. So I've been getting like earlier and earlier over this week. I don't know if it was meds or just sheer will, but I finally started getting up at a regular schedule, and today then I was like, okay, nothing really to do today until tonight. I'm just going to sleep in, and then I was up at like 9. Yeah,
that couldn't do it. Habit, and also, medication does mess with sleep. That is one of the biggest downsides.
But again, we're not professionals.
Yeah, what do we know? We're idiots.
Our psychiatrist told us what to do.
Don't listen to us. We have ADHD.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. What's that over there? I am fascinated to know what the Venn diagram is of ADHD and YouTubers.
Oh my God. Probably.
I think the reason we seek this out is like scheduling and being your own boss and not being in regimes that other people kind of put on you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe.
I never worked well in the office, and I worked in many offices, and God, that sucked. But I don't know.
What did you do in an office?
I was an intern for my engineering degree that everyone is making fun of me right now because I said I was an engineer on my show. But yeah, I actually did work like internships for engineering, and so boring.
Paid or unpaid?
Paid, thankfully. Yeah. And not bad money, more money than I had made at any job, for the least amount of work that I've ever done for a job. But to be perfectly honest, I would have rather been building decks in the middle of summer than sit at a cubicle and do 2 hours of work over a 10-hour day. It's just awful. My boss would just be like, okay, you get to write one engineering report. And I was like, okay, the engineering reports that we made were 1 page. So I had to write 1 page, and that was my daily task. And that was all they would give me. And I did
all
day.
See, that sounds like a treat when you're younger. Like, man, I just have to do 1 page and then have nothing else to do. Because I worked in I've never done an office job, and I've never done many jobs, but I did work in like a construction place that reinforced like bridge beams. Mm-hmm. So you like stretch out the cables and then you fill the mold with concrete. And that a lot of that in the first like month was me walking around like cleaning up the place. And then it was like I wasn't allowed to touch any of the stuff because it was so complex. And I actually have a funny story about it, but I got so bored. I was like, I would love to be doing actual work now instead of just walking around doing nothing.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, that I do think that now that I'm doing what I'm doing, like I would never want to do anything else for the rest of my life.
For sure, yeah.
I'm absolutely sure.
And this is great.
It is great. It just is. Like the fact that I can make, that stupid Pokemon Smasher pass. Do you know that wasn't even my idea? That was Wade. Wade told me to do that.
Wow.
Because it came up in a conversation about Pokemon. I think we did an episode of Distractable, and then he was like, you should do a smash or pass. I'm pretty sure that was 100% his idea. And then I was recording because I had to go for an audio session in Texas for space, and I was like, I need content. Fuck it. I'll just do this.
It's something that's going to eclipse in space.
I know. It's so stupid. Just like Meow. Fucking Meow is my most popular video in the world.
Look, a lot of people, because that's one of those videos, it went up and I was like, you motherfucker, that's genius. I'm so envious that I did not think of that idea. And I was like sitting there going like, that's perfect YouTube content. I was like, son of a bitch, he can't keep getting away with it.
Literally just shout out the whole time. I was like, I shouldn't make this video. Literally the whole time. Before I recorded, I was like, this is a dumb idea. Afterwards, I went, I shouldn't post this. I sent it off. Lixian just made it. And I was like, I was in Texas. I was like, I guess I don't really have more content. I'll throw this video up. And then...
See? That's what's fun. I'm so sick of what everything on YouTube is. Have you ever gone to the trending page recently where every thumbnail looks the same and it's all Fortnite, Minecraft, FIFA?
Yes, I have. I was looking
and then this comes out and I'm like, yes, this is what YouTubing is. It's so fun. And that's something that I kind of got in my head about last year, where I was like, I'm not uploading as much, so everything I upload has to be like something worth watching. But I want to do that kind of stuff more again, where it's like, if I have a dumb idea, I just want to do it instead of like thinking about it too much.
Yeah, I've always learned that the ideas where I go, I don't know if I should post this, means I should definitely post this.
Exactly.
It's never failed me.
And if you get cancelled, you can always just apologize after.
People are gonna come after me.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry I smashed that ice cream Pokemon. I had an error in judgment.
I have had a severe lapse in judgment.
Has anyone come out with an unapology video where they're just like, I would like to never apologize for my behavior. Yeah. I accept everything I've done.
You know what? You should apologize to me. Yeah. Great video. And I was like, I want to do something like that. And I was like, well, I can't do the same thing because everybody else is doing the exact same thing. Like, it's not really fun to just repeat the exact same piece, but I was like, what would Mark do if he was to do a sequel? And I was like, FNAF.
Oh, you did a
Perfect.
FNAF?
Yeah.
I gotta watch that video. I didn't see that one.
It's very derivative, but...
oh, no, everything on YouTube's derivative. Who'd you smash? Who'd you pass? Give me the rundown.
All the glam rock ones except Monty, because fuck Monty.
Oh, yeah, I could see that.
The original Freddy, of course. I honestly can't remember who I smashed. There are so many animatronics. Did you know there's ones made out of like wood?
What?
And there's cyberpunk animatronics. There's stuff made out of like ice. I think they're in like the books and mobile games and everything. They're
official,
fucking weird.
like official Scott approved animatronics.
Well, I don't know what the fuck Scott approves these days, but they are on the official wiki for them.
Weird. I know they were doing that game that was supposed to be like all the other FNAF fan games.
Oh, FNAF AR, apparently. They're like skins.
Right! AR! I should know more about that game. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
The ones bunch of weird ones.
The ones at the bottom are so bizarre.
So I'm just on your channel right now. Just like you biting. Are you biting a fidget spinner? What are you doing there?
What? What
your
am
ADHD
I doing?
toys? What is that?
Yeah. I was talking about ADHD toys. I realized that I used to use like sticky tack. You know, you put up posters with. We have a version of it called blue tack in Ireland that I realized that I used to do a lot when I was a kid in school. Right. And now I'm like, oh, it's an ADHD thing. It was like a fidget. And then I saw Ethan did a video on toys like that, and I was talking to Evelyn about it. I was like, I should do that now that I have it. It's a good excuse to like talk about like the diagnosis.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a gummy thing.
Sure. I'm
a terrible example.
I was helping Tyler with some stuff. We were moving some boxes around, and then he had a fidget spinner in one of his things. I was like, "How do you use this?" And then the rest of the day, I was spinning the fidget spinner like nonstop. And by the God, I almost walked out of his house with a cup of ice water because he got it for me after everything. He was like, "You thirsty?" I was like, "What do you got?" "Water." "Okay." And I walked out the door with the cup in my hand. I was like, God, I am fucking stupid.
I am so a classic me.
Anyway, I'm watching your Smash Your Pass video.
Please validate me.
Well, did you smash Frankenstein, Freddy?
I don't know any of them.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Dude, I don't even know half of these. And I think
it started to get to a point where I was like, the ones with teeth, they start looking a little different after the first 10.
What is that snowman? What is that?
Right?
What are these? Oh, weird. That's creepy.
So bizarre. I think that was the biggest outcome of that video, was how many there were.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay.
Anyway, your turn.
Oh, no. You got a gold record for All the Way? That got 100 million?
Yeah.
Does that count?
Yeah. Apparently, YouTube streams are like half of a music stream or something. They have a pinned comment on it going down through the numbers. So because it hit 500,000 technically, or whatever, 500 billion.
Oh yeah, Shmoyaho.
Yeah.
Oh God, Shmoyaho, what a fucking hero! Like the show. I don't know if people were listening to the music and they detected it, but the "Space is So Cool" song is woven into the show.
Oh, neat.
It's like the opening theme. It's more prevalent in part 2. Spoiler alert, everybody, go watch the show. There's going to be a part 2.
There's a part 2 coming out.
There's a part 2 coming out. But just like, oh man, they just did such a good job with... and all I said to them was, hey, can you just like make a few simple like melodies of Space is So Cool in so it's such and such different ways? And then like the film noir universe, like I heard that jazz and I was just like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, super talented.
Holy shit. Yeah, those guys, they deserve so much more. Like they are just incredible.
They really do. Because that like Songify stuff was really big like 5-6 years ago. Mm-hmm. And sadly it's kind of like dwindled with algorithm changes and everything, but they deserve the world.
It's like any kind of channel that takes a long time to make content. You know, they can't just pump that shit out because it's music and they're musicians and they're trying to like edit these shits and green screen all this stuff. It's tough.
Yeah.
And so like they deserve the world. If you haven't listened to Shmoyaho, go listen. Go to their channel. Yeah. Give them a sub. Give them a like. Give them anything.
Well, don't do that to them. Hopefully they're on TikTok though, because I feel like that stuff would click really well with that.
I think they have been doing some TikTok stuff. At least one of the Gregory brothers has.
But yeah, because they did the musical thing for Heist as well, right?
Yes, they did that musical, and really incredibly they did that musical. God, it's a wonder that ever turned out. Have I ever told you the story of how we filmed that one?
No.
Oh my God. Okay. It's not like an incredible story, but we filmed that whole piece. This is talking about Heist with Markiplier now. The prison section was actually filmed in a still operating mental hospital. There was a part of it that was shut down and we were allowed to film in. We were only allowed to film there like for certain hours on certain days, because otherwise we would be interrupting services there, and like the patients there would be able to hear us, and we had to be very quiet. So the only time that we could film was like 10 o'clock at night, starting at 10. And we have a dance choreographer there with us, and it's 10 o'clock at night. And I guarantee you, this lovely lady who I can't remember the name of does not work the midnight shift in dance choreography. So she was very tired, but she didn't show it. She was incredible. And we learned the entire routine, every part of it in a cumulative 30 minutes. That is all the time that we had to get everything set up ready. It is a miracle that we shot that at all, because the outside portion where we go into the yard and like people are lifting weights and stuff, my assistant director tells me there's no way we can get this because it'll take 10 minutes to set up. We have 15 minutes until we go to lunch, and then we have to go film something else. And I'm like, 5 minutes is all we need. One take, and we got it. And I literally had to sprint while they were setting up everything to all of the individual extras. I was like, you're going to do this, we're going to do this, you do this, you do this, we're going to play the music. And then it was like, okay. And Isaac's looking at me like, we only have one take to go, and we fucking nailed it. We nailed it first try. Every other shot that night, later that night, we fucking nailed it. 1 or 2 takes, boom, done. All the extras were incredible. Everyone was astonishing. And even if they messed up, which they did, it looked charming in the final video. It was all good. So, yeah.
That's crazy.
That was a mad dash, dude. That day was nuts.
There's still mental hospitals?
Oh, of course. Of course. I mean, I say of course. Is that weird?
Well, I guess just the terminology of calling them a mental hospital, I think, has changed. Maybe.
Right. Yeah. I'm probably not even using the right terminology. I did that the other day because I was on the airplane and I called the flight attendant a stewardess. Oh. And she looked at me like I was straight out of the 1950s. Because I don't know why that's the word in my head. It was just like, oh God, I'm so sorry. You're right. I don't even know if it's like insulting, but it's just like, oh man, that's just the word that jumped out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, things change all the time. There was I remember back in like the early 2000s, they were trying to get rid of the word actresses.
Oh yeah.
Because they said that everybody was an actor. Mm-hmm. And then I mean, I still think they're called actors and actresses.
Yeah,
even in the Oscars.
Yeah, when you do think about it, it is kind of strange because it's not like there's any difference in terms of capability of acting between men and women. I think it's just to like create 2 different categories to make one special.
Yeah, but I think they were trying to like merge it so that there was no discrimination either way. But then it just kind of reversed, and I don't know when or why.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah.
Oh well.
Oh.
The world changes all the time.
Yeah, that is true. You're right. Boomer confirmed. I don't know. Just a lot of my language just feels old.
I mean, we're getting there.
We're getting there. We're getting there, man.
You're soon to be 33.
I will be. Yes. On June 28th, I will be 33.
What are you going to do?
I don't know. I'm trying to get to Korea again. They just opened up for vaccinated people. Like, they don't have to do the quarantine anymore, so that's good.
Nice.
I get to go over there now. But for my birthday, I don't know. Probably play video games. Something like that.
Pussy, money, weed?
Pussy, money, weed. Yeah, in that order.
LA's the town to get it, baby.
Yeah, man. Austin's cool though. Have you ever been to Austin?
I was there for South by Southwest when I hosted the game award show there, and then I did it for my. No, I don't think I did it for my tour. I think I did. Oh, I must have. I was in Austin and Dallas. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Austin's great. I love it.
I've now officially lived in Austin. Is the 3rd longest place I've ever lived in my life, because just by the amount of stuff I have done in Austin. And that's just these 2 shows, like Heist in Space. So yeah, but I've kind of grown to love it. The rest of Texas thinks it's a liberal hellhole with nothing but hippies on every street corner, which I found fascinating because all I think about when I go to Austin is like, man, is real Texas in here.
Like, to them it's the worst, but to you it's still Texas.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember where it was. It was either Austin or Dallas that when I went there for my show, the first thing we saw getting off the tour bus was a parade for anti-gun laws, and there was 2 dudes walking down the street just carrying rifles in their hand. Yeah. And I was like, first of all, welcome to Texas, but that was like the biggest cultural shift I've ever had going to America.
Yeah. Not that that's everywhere here, but I could, if you told me that that was in any state, I would believe you. You know?
Wild.
Yeah.
Because that was like a learning moment for me where I didn't know what open carry meant.
Okay.
Because why would I? I'm a European. When I thought open carry state, I was like, oh, they're allowed to have beers without bottle caps on. It's like, yeah, it's open, carry that bottle around. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because in the you're in the UK, like you can't even have a knife, right?
No.
Huh.
Some knives are illegal to import.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy to me. Like, just not being able to have like a knife for self-defense. Because if in America, if I'm going camping, there's no way in hell I'm not carrying a knife because of, say, an animal that wants to eat my face, or some crazy man in the woods that wants to eat my face.
Right.
But also, just like I have a knife just for self-defense whenever I feel uncomfortable about anything.
Dude, you have a shovel that's a knife.
I have a boar spear.
What?
I have a spear for boars.
I gathered that from the name. It's very intuitive, but I'm more shocked at the why of it.
You don't ask an American why he has a boar spear.
My bad, you're right.
What are you, crazy?
It is boar country out
No,
there.
I got it for a video, and no, it wasn't to go hunt boars. But I got it for a video, and then I got busy with space, so I didn't manage to film it. So it's kind of just been sitting in my living room. It's very sharp. It is really sharp.
If it's hunt boar, I'd hope so.
It is. There are boars in LA. Maybe there are. They're too afraid of me.
There has to be a better way to hunt boar than with spear.
What? Are you gonna go with a knife? Like, what are you gonna do? That boars are big. Boars are freaking huge.
Like, I thought like crossbow or something.
No.
Like,
look, boar spear is more of a preventative thing, I think, than an active thing.
Oh, it's not like a throwy.
I wouldn't throw
like
my spear. I'm gonna hold on to it because I don't trust my aim enough to hit that boar. But if I got a boar coming at me, I got a spear.
Keep that by your bed. Intruders come in.
I mean,
they don't even wake you up. They just see boar spear and they're like, dude, wrong house. This is the protagonist. Get out of here.
Right. If they see katanas or something, like, I freaking weeb, but if they see a boar spear, they know I mean business.
I mean, you can get knives in England. People keep saying in chat now, like, I cut bread with my fingers. Like, you can get knives. You just can't get like exotic knives.
Right.
Like, you can get like a camping knife and a pen knife and a Swiss Army knife and those kinds of things, but you can't get like a butterfly knife or stuff intended to like kill people.
Oh my god, yeah, no, I wouldn't want a butterfly knife. I don't even know if a butterfly knife is intended to kill people. I think that's intended to chop your fingers off. There was this guy on set. His name is Mike, and he constantly had a real sharp butterfly knife with him on set, and he would be like practicing with it in between shots and stuff like that. And by the end of the shoot, his fingers were so cut up.
Yeah.
And he was just like, yeah, man, I'm starting to lose feeling in this finger. I'm just like, dude, you okay?
So nerve.
Yeah, so
because Felix messes with like the fake ones, and he gave me one, and I was like messing with that, and I kept like bashing into my hand. Granted, I'm not, I can't do it, but I was like, man, if this had a blade on it, I'm literally gonna lose lots and lots of blood.
Exactly. I think even in Team Fortress 2, the Spies is a single blade, like a forward blade butterfly knife. There's some people with like it's sharp on both sides of the knife, and I'm just like, how does that work? I don't think that's common though. I think that's like supposed to cut your finger off, because I think there are some tricks that you were supposed to rest the back of the blade on your finger. So pretty sure. Maybe I'm talking on my ass. I don't know butterfly knives.
I think people, even in butterfly knife competitions, you see them cut their hands in it.
Oh God, I'm sure.
That tells me everything I need to know.
Tactical whip. Oh right, the tactical whip. I did a video on that. That was good stuff.
You have a whip?
No, I had one. I did an Amazon self-defense video, and there was a tactical whip. That son of a bitch hurt. I would not want to be hit by a tactical whip. And it's not even a tactical, and it's not even really a whip. It's a piece of like threaded metal, you know, like a metal rope, probably that thing that you worked on with bridges, in a plastic tube. And you...
Oh God.
It hurts.
It's a club.
Basically, yeah, it's a club that's slightly flexible, and I mean slightly.
Yeah, like a fucking police baton.
Yeah, but honestly, that would do the job. Yeah, that would stop me If I was trying to
said-
attack you, it would stop me.
You said fuck all that boar spear.
Oh man,
Amazon doesn't have what I need. Wait, where do you buy a boar spear from?
Amazon.
You go. No.
Look, man, I don't know what to tell you.
I was gonna search Amazon, but it wouldn't show up on UK Amazon.
I got a boar spear from Amazon, man. If it wasn't Amazon, I would have gone to Walmart or something. They probably would have had a boar spear.
Buy a TV, get a boar spear.
Yeah, man. Why not? Why not? Live a little. God, man, you gotta get in the American spirit.
Yeah, what do you go to Dick's Sporting Goods for otherwise? Shoes?
Yeah. Come on. Shoes with
The greatest
knives in
sport of
them.
all. Boar hunting.
Guns for fishing.
Oh.
Yeah. So what's on the horizon for you now?
I'm trying to like not take on too many things because I realized last year I kept saying yes to a lot of shit, and then by the time it came I totally forgot that it was happening, and then I was like, fuck, I gotta do this, and then you half-ass it just to get it done. So I'm trying not to do that, so I'm kind of sort of all in on coffee at the moment, and like we have a lot of changes happening internally with that just to reorient things and kind of get it back on track. And now that like travel is open, maybe do stuff with that, go out and like see where everything's roasted and go to the factory where everything's packed and do some content there.
That would be cool. Man, we should have done something for space, because you know how we have all the coffee mugs. Like, man, I didn't think about that. That would have been perfect for it.
Look, making a show is a miracle that it gets made at all. There's a million different moving parts.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. 100% true.
But
yeah, no, coffee. You've sent me many bags. I should actually just go buy a subscription, but you keep sending me free bags. But no, I really like it.
What's the point of having a coffee company if you can't send your friends bags of coffee?
I know, right? Everyone listening at home, hey, if you want some great coffee, why not try Top of the Morning Coffee? Available at topofthemorningcoffee.com?
Yes. Thank you.
Topofthemorningcoffee.com. TOPOFTHE
Till morning.
MORNIN?
Yes.
Coffee.com.
I have no idea how to spell coffee, so.
COFFEE. Top of the morning coffee.com.
Yeah, we did soap recently.
I was wondering what that was all about.
We did a candle last year and we did soap this year, so we have like a running gag for April Fools every year. Because you know how so many companies are like, we have this, like Walker's Crisps, kind of like our version of Lay's.
Yeah.
Had like bread slices of crisps, and they were like the new bread-shaped Walkers, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, yes, that's amazing!" And then they're like, "No, just an April Fool's mock-up." Like, make the product.
I think for one April Fool's, I sold a rock. I literally sold a rock, and people got on my shit about it because, like, I can't believe we're selling a rock for $10. I said, I can't believe people are buying a rock for $10. What? I'm not making them buy it.
Who's the idiot now?
Yeah, all of us. Shut up.
No, the rock is a great idea.
Yeah. Oh, some people at my chest still have the rock. Oh, wow. That's crazy.
That's a doorstop, a paperweight, a friend.
Yeah.
It's a buddy that's not going to age on you.
A lover. All of the above.
Anything's a dildo if you're brave enough.
True enough. Anything's a anything's a sounding rod if you're brave enough.
Jesus. I didn't like that one. But other than that, I don't really have too much planned. I kind of want to just get back in my groove with YouTube stuff.
Yeah,
like just really enjoy what I'm doing and have fun with it, and I want to like do more stuff with more people again now that like the world is opening up more, and go out and actually visit people face to face.
Yeah, that sounds pretty nice. I mean, that's kind of my attitude now as well, because I've done all these big, long, huge time investment projects, and just like I'm so ready to just do some stupid ass videos and smaller big projects, like just something that's only going to take a month, not a year and a half. Like that's real. I feel like I have not been in the internet sphere for almost 2 years now, maybe even longer, because like we did Unis Honest before I was really even getting started with space, and that was a year commitment that took all of our time. I mean, you were on like some videos, and it's just like that was every day for a year. Nothing else could even happen. I couldn't even think, because I also had to keep up with videos on my channel. It was just like, and then immediately going from that to space, I was like, I have not been alive on the internet for like 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the scary thing. Well, scary. It moves like on a month-to-month basis, even a week-to-week basis most times. So you miss a lot when you're out of it like that. But that's also good. You don't want to be too much in this space. It's just not a lot happens.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're totally right about that. But I just feel like because I started asking people, like I reached out to you if you wanted to sit on this to help get the word about space, and we're not talking about it all, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. Go watch Space, everybody. In Space with Markiplier.
Space and Markiplier.
It's my new show, whatever. But it's like I started reaching out to a bunch of other YouTubers for the first time in ages. And I kept saying to myself, like, oh god, I don't know if anyone will want to collab with me, I don't know what people think of me. And then just like everyone is so nice, everyone's just like, hell yeah, man, I'd love to do something, let's do something. I messaged Charlie, it was like Moist Critical, and he was like, dude, come out. I can't do his voice, whatever, come out to where I am and we'll film videos. And I'm just like, whoa, all right, man, cool, I would love to. And I might. I'm kind of traveled out, but I think I'm gonna try to find some time to do that.
Yeah, I've been meaning to go out and visit Charlie for the longest time.
Yeah.
The same thing. It was like, yeah, come out, let's do some stuff. And then COVID happened, and now it's the energy to travel anywhere. It's like, but I'm like it here.
Yeah. Oh man, I've flown so much in just this past year. Just the amount of trips I've taken out to Austin. People have no idea because I don't tweet out when I'm traveling anymore. Because like I wasn't tweeting out anyway, just because I literally had no time or the mental capacity to do social media. But it was just like, I have flown, I think, maybe a dozen times since
that's a lot.
Like the beginning of this year, which is. If I fly out once a month, even before COVID, that was amazing. I have flown maybe 12 back and forth, so 24 if you count both legs, times to Austin, to Cincinnati, to South Carolina, to all these different places in the past 4 months. It's not even half a year yet. Good God.
Yeah, I used to travel like 10 times a year, and that was a lot. So fucking hell.
Yeah. But now I'm kind of done.
Now you're a homebody.
I'm a homebody. Yes, I am. I cannot wait to just enjoy some home for a bit. And that's kind of been the best thing is, well, except for the fact that I had to go this week after, like, the show launched on Monday and then I had to be on a plane the next day, which kind of sucked. But just like sitting at home and watching people's responses to the show was like, that is the whole reason that I make things, is to see people enjoy something and really just like soak it in. Like, I don't care that Meow is going to always eclipse any video that I've ever done. You know, I don't care about any of that. Whenever I have worked on something and I see people feel about it the way I was hoping that they'd feel about it, like all those nuanced emotions, all the stuff about it, it's just the most incredible feeling. It's indescribable, except to someone who has felt it before. When you make something, and like talking to other YouTubers, like people can actually relate to that feeling of just people enjoying what you make. It's the only thing that keeps me going. I mean, okay, that sounds depressing. No, it's the only thing that really keeps me going in terms of creating, and it's enough fuel that like gets me to the point where I am happy if I can do this for the rest of my life. Even if the audience size changes, I don't care. If I get to make things for the rest of my life, I am a happy man. Right. And so it's just...
Yeah, because there's it's great that a lot of people know who you are, and sure, it's great to be able to do it as a job and be financially stable. But honestly, you can't do it for this long like you or I have been, if you don't also enjoy interacting with your community and actually having them, because we've seen YouTubers like come and go and fall off, and a lot of that is due to them not actually caring about their audience, because they'll just drop it at any sign they can.
Yeah.
But I think if you're on YouTube for any length of time, it's because you like seeing people's reactions to what you make, and you make it for them. And I mean, I'm sure your show has 1,000,001 references that only people in your audience would get.
Yeah.
And they're in that because of that reason.
Yeah. That's the most crazy thing. That's why I'm so appreciative of like Shmoyoho making those songs, just because that number one, it's good music. It's great for the show. It works, it fits, but it's so much more special for the people that understand where it comes from. And that only comes from like really caring about the people watching your stuff for a long period of time and staying true to like that idea. And it's just like, man, I wish more people on YouTube understood that. I wish more people in the creative sphere in general understood that. The kind of like, it's not, you owe something to the people that watch your stuff. I owe something to you watching at home for giving me the chance to do what I do. Doesn't matter how much success I have, there's an unspoken connection there where you give me your time, and time is the most valuable thing in the world. I have to make that time worth it. Like that's the contract. And if you keep trusting me with your time, I will give you better and better stuff as I get better as a creator. And that's the whole thing for me. I'm sure that there's other reasons to make stuff, of course, but for me,
smash or pass on Pokemon, baby.
Worth your time. You know it's gonna be worth your time.
I mean, it's popping off and started a trend for a reason. Clearly, that's what the internet wants. So
it's what it needed, not what it deserved, of course. Oh no, it's what it deserved, not what it needed.
Yeah, the internet deserves much, much worse.
Yeah, but it's also really cool when a stupid idea, you know, I think that's just, I have no excuse for that. I really don't, but it is cool whenever I'm like not able to post a consistent schedule, that at least the people watching at home can trust me and be like, okay, he must be working on something special. Right. Like, it's that trust that I never want to betray, and that I make fun of my audience all the time, and I do betray that trust all the time when I trick them into like thinking that the trailer is changing when I'm watching it 100 times in a row. But I do appreciate that trust. It's always going to be special to me.
Yeah. I mean, that comes with years of actually like building on your promises. I mean, we all break promises all the time to our audiences, but if you actually don't have anything to show for it at the end of the day, then people leave and move on. But clearly there's something there. Clearly. You're just so goddamn attractive. You're just a himbo. That's why people are here.
Yeah, you too, man. You too. Just us. Attractive.
Just us Giga Chads holding down the two pillars of the gaming community.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. No. Well, I think I don't know. This is just really nice to catch up with you.
Yeah.
I didn't know how long you wanted to go, but I mean,
I've nothing for the rest of the night, so whenever you want to call it.
I technically have stuff to do.
That's totally fine. You're much earlier in the day than I am.
Yeah, I for everyone at home, and you haven't seen Space, which I don't know why you would be here and you haven't seen it, because we have an unspoken contract, and you trust me, right? You trust me. Go watch In Space, because there is a part 2 coming. Spoiler alert.
And that is technically why we're here doing this stream. Not only to catch up, but to do Mark a solid. Because he worked very hard on his show, and it's worth watching, and it deserves eyeballs. And I know a lot of people in our audiences share across both channels, but in case that net can catch any people who don't know about it, then you can go watch it. Oh,
well, thank you. And if you guys at home didn't know, Sean is in the show. I'll leave it up to you to find where.
It doesn't take too long to find me, but
no, a few bad decisions. I think it might only be one bad decision down the road.
Look, that's how everybody finds me in life. A few bad decisions on YouTube. You're on my channel, baby.
Yeah. So go check it out. It's on my channel. Enjoy it, because I've got some cool stuff in the work to post in between now and part 2 that I need to go work on literally right now. I have
Yeah.
to. So, but thank you, Sean. It's good to talk to you. And if you ever want to work on stuff together, I'm always around.
Absolutely. We'll come up with something big this year that we can both do.
Big, yeah, definitely. Huge.
Both get naked.
I mean, that would be huge.
Nude calendar 2.
I've been thinking about maybe a collaborative edition. We just get a bunch of other YouTubers to be involved. I think that would be good. Yeah. That's good. Oh, also,
Nice.
Side note for other people in the show, Pokey is in the show. You have to find her. You hear her voice multiple times throughout the show.
So go right in your comments. Well, try and find us and then go to the comments. Don't just cheat.
Yeah, don't cheat.
Watch it multiple times to see if you can find us.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to go do stuff that I should have done before I started streaming. The emails.
Yeah. Let's record something with the guys.
Yeah, let's definitely do that. Oh, wait.
If you don't want to, if you're taking time off, that's fine.
No, God, no. This is where I'm going to stock up on videos so I can actually be at a regular schedule by the time I'm done with my interim work between this show. No, we should play Bigfoot. There was this other 4-player horror game that came out recently, and then you mentioned something that came out recently. Didn't you? A while back?
Did I?
It was like a month. Must have been months ago. My timeline of remembering these
probably.
things months ago. But there are many other 4-player games out there that we should definitely play.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, Bigfoot also. That's not what I was thinking, but definitely, yeah, Bigfoot. We should do Bigfoot again.
Yeah.
Because we could not,
for sure.
We could not get him, the 3 of us.
He's a big lad.
Yeah. Everyone at home, I'm not going to rate anyone because you got to go watch In Space with Markiplier on my channel. Go now. No excuses.
Do it.
Go now. Even if you've already seen it, you have to go now. Please. I'm begging. I'm asking nicely. Please. Okay, thank you. All right. I'll talk to you later, buddy.
All right. See you later.
Bye. Please? Please? Okay. Bye.